Hi everybody, I went ahead and did some prep work for this one. I have some pool party cardstock that I cut out using the Fun Flowers die, and then I also have some of the new Comfort Cafe material fabric that we sell. You can start getting it June 1st if you're not a demonstrator. If you are a demonstrator, you can get it with your pre-order right now until the end of the month. But it's just wonderful material. I love that they use the pool party and this soft suede together. But I cut that out using the Fun Flowers as well. And I have this cute little jar here that I got at IKEA, and I love these jars. Love them because you can use them for almost anything. They do have a flat side on one side so that you can actually lay them on their sides with the front facing out if you wanted to display them on your counter or use them for placeholders or anything like that. And so we're going to be covering this up today and making it a nice cover for a nice summer party that you could use for a birthday party or just any type of get-together. So after I ran these through the Big Shot with the Fun Flowers, I'm going to use this one because it's a little darker so that you can see it. I took my round file from the distressing kit that is being discontinued and retiring on the 31st. So if you don't have one, you should get one even if it's just for this file because you will love it. If you don't have this file, you can always use something round like a marker or your bone folder. Even if you have the piercing tool, you can use that as well. But all I do is I take this, and as I'm using it, I just pull it and I turn it like this and pull it up. And it fluffs my petals up to give it more of a dimensional look. So, and that's how I got those to fluff up. The little ones, when you're doing these ones, you need to be a little bit more gentle because they do tear very easily. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to stick one on the front of this one and on the back of the largest one and on the back of the smallest one. Not going to put anything on this one because that is going to go right here, and I'm just going to stagger that a little bit. And I wanted that in there just for some design and some extra texture, and I just love the material. So take that paper off, then I'm going to stick this small one right on top and stagger that one from the middle one. And then I have this button. It's a very vanilla button, and you can actually still get these buttons on the clearance rack right now. They come in a huge pack of different buttons with that are just fantastic. They were in our holiday mini this last year, but you can still get the buttons on the clearance rack. I'm going to take some pool party cardstock, and with just the width of my scissors, I'm going to cut off a thin piece of cardstock. And thread that through my button. You have to be very careful when you're doing this because the paper can tear. So, and then just tie this one time. Take this file, the round file or anything that you have that's round, and just curl it around the file like you're doing ringlets in a little girl's hair. Just remember Shirley Temple. And just go ahead and wrap that around. Gives it a little pizzazz. Take a dimensional, stick that in the middle of your flower, your top flower, and put your button right on top. Now to adhere this, all I'm going to do is take some sticky strip back of the flower and then just stick this on top of the jar. Okay, so after you get your flower on the top, you want to decorate it a little bit more, obviously. I'm actually going to be using these as a hostess appreciation gift, so I'm going to get some Whisper white cardstock, my soft suede marker, and I'm going to use the stamp set Curly Cute I'm going to use the thank you out of it. I'm going to go ahead and stick that, get my block out. And I huff on my stamp a little bit because that helps them stick better. I don't know if yours don't stick every once in a while, if it's too cold or too hot, but that seems to help mine to stick better. So I'm going to color the thank you. Stamp that down on the white, or excuse me, I'm going to color the thank, and then I'm going to wipe that off. I'm just going to use a non-alcoholic baby wipe. There we go. Dry it off, and then color the U. And then put that underneath. Then I'm going to use my decorative label, punch. I'm going to punch that out. And then I'm also going to punch out, I've already got one punched, but I'm going to punch out a second Pool Party one. Cut one in half the short way and cut the little nibs off. And then cut the second one down the center the long way. But I actually cut mine right here. I know different people do it different ways, so I'm just letting you know how I do mine. There we are. Use some snail on the back. And I usually put my side ones on first. So I'm just going to layer that on there. Put a little bit more snail on the back and layer the top ones on. There we are. We have a nice little thank you tag. Now I have some Pool Party baker's twine. I'm going to cut some of this off. And I have my 1/16 punch. And I'm just going to punch it in the corner here and put my baker's twine through. There we go. So I'm actually going to take this and I am going to set the jar on its side because I'm going to want to see where I want the tag to go. And I'm just going to tie this around the back side of the flower. There, and then cut off the extra. And then you can position your tag any way you want, but to finish it off, because I still don't want the silver showing, I'm going to take some sticky strip and run it around the end of the jar lid, which I'm just going to go ahead and take this off. It just spins off. Take that off. And put sticky strip all the way around the lid. Take the red protectant off. So after you get the red part off, I have some Pool Party ruffled ribbon, and I'm going to leave some of it off so that I will be able to tie a bow. So I'm going to start it a little bit late in. and just put this right all the way around the jar lid. So, and then pull it out a little bit, cut it off, and you can either put it all the way around and cut it off right here at the tip and then put on a fake bow if you want, or you can tie a real bow. It's really up to whatever you would like to do. So there is a little bow. I'm going to stick this on my jar now. Fluff it up, and then just trim the bow up a little bit so the ends don't fray, and there is your little jar. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and have a great time. See you next time.